suppose natural medicine has its roots way back in the dawn of time, if you like. Natural medicine has been around for as long as man's been on the planet. They often talk about herbal medicine being the first medicine. Cavemen, our ancestors, certainly used plants for food as well as medicine. And we know that some of the cavemen in thousands of years ago had specific knowledge of the use of different plants like yarrow and dandelion and the like. But I like to think of massage as probably being the first form of natural medicine that was used by man, by our ancestors, because touch is the primary form of healing. It's something that the mother does to the child. It's a thing that we need. I think it's an essential part of health and well-being. Unfortunately, it's something these days that a lot of people are deprived of, particularly the elderly, and you see, things like depression and a lot of chronic behavioural disorders stemming from at least partly a lack of or a deprival of touch. So I tend to think that touch was probably, and so therefore massage was probably the first form of medicine, and then plant medicine. In terms of naturopathy, we talk about Hippocrates as being the father of medicine and certainly the originator of naturopathy, because he used a multi-modality approach to healing. Back in the time of ancient Greece, they used herbs, they used massage, they used psychotherapy, holistic psychotherapy, they used sleep therapy, a type of meditation. The Greeks were probably the first to come up with the concept of health resorts. So the Asclepiads were these wonderful health resorts, and if you were ill, you made your way there. It was quite an effort. Usually these resorts were situated outside of town, so people had to put in a big effort to get there, which constituted a commitment to getting better. Once they got there, they were assessed, they were triaged, I suppose, and they were put on a program, just as we are today if we go to the modern day health resorts. So they might have a program of theatre, of massage, of food and diet therapy, exercise, the full gamut. It was very much a holistic approach to healing. And I like to think that naturopathy hasn't changed too much in some ways from back then in ancient Greece, because we use those modalities as naturopaths. We use those modalities of healing. We make those sorts of recommendations about dietary modification, exercise and so forth to our clients today. Integrating the science aspect of health, of healthcare, of an understanding of the human body, and a scientific approach to the modalities, the therapeutic modalities, along with the traditional approach. And that's important. I see that that's where we're at today, and it's certainly where we're going, an integration of science and tradition. And it's only when those two are fully integrated that I think that we'll have approaches to healthcare that can really be integrated into the Australian health model. And while that's probably some years away, we are starting to see it happen. The use of acupuncture and Chinese medicine in hospitals, the use of naturopathy and aromatherapy and homeopathy in aged care facilities. So it is happening slowly. I think it's a confidence thing, and I think that that's where research-based evidence really helps a lot of mainstream medicos, the government, realise that, hey, there is something to that. Over the years, interviewing prospective students, and particularly in the last 10 years, what I've found is that you get 16, 17, 18-year-olds who were brought up on natural medicine. Their parents were from back in the flower power days. They dabbled in herbs and different types of diets, macrobiotics and so forth, and when their kids became sick, they tried natural therapies before they sent them off to the doctor. So we're seeing students, school leavers, for whom natural medicine is almost a mainstream thing. It's not alternative, which it was back when I decided to study it. It's conventional, it's mainstream, it's something that's accepted by the majority of the population.